Welcome to Cord Cutting This Week, episode number 73, the show where I give you my opinions on some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now that I think will have the greatest impact on cord cutting in the future. If you want to learn more about these stories, in the show notes down below, I'll put a link to each story so you can read them for yourself. Come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Helps us out a lot because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing here, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch what you enjoy to watch. Well, there's a lot of news, but there's also a lot of deals this week. So I want to quickly run through a few deals. These are all very time sensitive, so if you're watching this on Saturday when we first upload it, jump on these because I can't promise they'll be here in a few days. First off, right off the bat, PlayStation View's core plan, their typical $50 a month plan, is on sale for $40 a month, $39.99 for the first 2 months. This is kind of a response to Sling TV's $15 a month deal that they currently have for the first 3 months. But it's a great deal for PlayStation View. Tons of channels in this package, plus their DVR and all kinds of other features. So if you've been thinking about PlayStation View, check out that deal for $39.99 for their core plan and for the first 2 months. Also, Roku is on the Roku Ultra, I should say, is on sale for $79.99. This is Roku's high-end streaming player. It's if you can get it and you don't travel a lot, the Roku Ultra is the best Roku out there. I would recommend getting. And it's also, I believe, one of the lowest prices it's been at all year, $79.99 on Amazon. Link in the show notes down below. And lastly, there's a whole bunch of other deals, and we created a updated list of the top 5 deals happening in the world of cord cutting. It doesn't include the PlayStation View deal. It doesn't include the Roku deal because these happened after I posted this. But it does have all kinds of great deals on streaming services and streaming players. If you're thinking about getting some service or some streaming players right now, check out our post down below for the top 5 cord cutting deals for this week. All right, so that's kind of the deals. Again, if you're watching this in a week or two, those deals are probably expired. But if you're watching it right after I post this video, check out the show notes. Those are some good deals. Take advantage. Don't be afraid to shop around, jump around between services, because you never know when you're going to get the best deal. All right, first story of the day. Amazon and Sinclair are in talks for a joint bid to buy the 21 Fox regional sports networks. So AT&T bought most of 21st Century Fox. With that, of course, was the Hulu. We all know about Disney now owning 60% of Hulu. And they also got the Fox Regional Sports Networks. But to get approval for this merger from the Department of Justice, Disney agreed to sell off, I think it was within 90 days or so, all of the Fox Regional Sports Networks. The Department of Justice said owning ESPN and the Fox Regional Sports Networks gave you too much control in this market. You had to sell them off. There's been talks for some time that Amazon was a part of this deal or was going to be bidding on them, and then they backed off reportedly. Well, now there's a report out that Amazon is looking at a joint bid here with Sinclair. Sinclair has long been the rumored leader in this field. MLB Network supposedly is also partnering with MLB, not just the network, the whole organization, partnering as a minority partner with Sinclair also. This is important for cord cutting because whoever gets these networks will have great control over the future. MLB has reportedly been pushing to get in-market streaming rights for MLB.TV. They want to be able to stream not only out-of-market games, but in-market games. Amazon, of course, wants to stream more sports on Amazon Prime, through Twitch and other places. Getting the Fox Regional Sports will give them a huge catalog of sporting events, not just Major League Baseball, but NBA and all kinds of other sporting events, even some college sports. Keep an eye on this. Whoever wins this will have a big say in the future of cord cutting for sports fans. Now, a lot of people have been excited about the possibility of Amazon getting it. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about Amazon owning a majority of the Fox Regional Sports Networks? Are you concerned about that? Concerned about Sinclair doing it? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. More news on sports. NFL Network is in talks with Amazon. Amazon's kind of popping up everywhere right now with sports, and Disney to offer NFL Sunday ticket streaming service to cord cutters. NFL Sunday Ticket is a service that allows you to watch out-of-market games. Currently, there's only really 2 ways to get this. Well, 3 ways, excuse me. You need a dish subscription to watch, or pay for a dish subscription to DirecTV, for your satellite TV from DirecTV, and then get Sunday Ticket. You need to prove that you live in an area where satellite from DirecTV is not an option, or you need to be a student to get access to this. That was the options. If you're not a student and you live in an area where they say DirecTV is an option, you weren't able to get Sunday Ticket unless you paid for DirecTV also. They ran a pilot program last year to test out going streaming. The NFL has an out in their contract that would allow them to go and offer NFL Sunday Ticket outside of DirecTV if they would take this. Now, this year's 2019-2020 season, no matter what, is owned by DirecTV through AT&T because that's what the contract is. If they take the out this spring, that means that this new streaming version, which may come from Amazon or may come from like ESPN Plus, won't take effect until 2020-2021 season. But it's one more sign of cable just not being as dominant as it used to be, with Dish and DirecTV and Comcast, all these reporting huge drops in their subscribers. Now you can understand why NFL is saying, hey, maybe we want this with other places. AT&T is pushing back to say, hey, we believe that we will still be the exclusive partner for NFL Sunday Ticket going forward. NFL's like, well, you may get it, but we don't want you being exclusive. We're already in talks with places like Amazon and Disney to do this. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. My question to you is, if you had to pick one, who would you have win the NFL Sunday Ticket? I'd love to hear from you. But keep an eye on this. Sports is a big reason cable's still successful, especially with DirecTV. If sports becomes more and more cord-cutting friendly, that will put a huge crank into cable and will really help the speeding up of cord cutting overall. So keep a close eye on this. I'll be very interested to see what happens. Next up, Spectrum is now charging $11.99 a month for broadcast TV that's free with an antenna. So these are your ABC, NBC, Fox locals. And with this, you have to pay an additional $11.99 to get access to your locals. And if you don't, and unfortunately there's no way not to pay that, at least with Spectrum. You have to pay for your locals, it's just included. Now, over the last few months, and I think in the last 6 months, it went from $8.85 a month all the way up to $11.99. Now, I did have somebody from a major cable company email me and say, hey, Luke, they have to pay this. They don't have an option not to pay it. They have to pay ABC, NBC, Fox locals, etc. And that is true, and I fully understand that. My problem with companies that do these broadcast TV fees is that they know what these fees are, right? When you sign up for Spectrum, when you get that ad in the mail that says $49.99 from Spectrum, then very small asterisks, they have like an asterisk and then plus fees and taxes, whatever. You have to kind of look for it. It's there, but you have to look for it, you have to do research. They know that $11.99 is there. They could easily just build that into the price of the package, like YouTube TV or Hulu or PlayStation View. My problem with these broadcast fees and regional sports fees is they know what these fees are, but they choose to kind of hide them, make it less and less apparent to try to keep that price down lower, where they know that TV package does not cost $49.99. It doesn't cost anywhere near that. You could easily be well over $100 a month for that so-called $49.99 TV package. It sounds too good to be true. So that's my big issue here is, yes, they do have to pay this to offer the channels. But they don't need to kind of hide that fee in their marketing. And they keep raising the fees. They do things like, hey, now Spectrum, I don't believe does this, but other people do this, where they'll say, hey, price locked. Your TV package is locked for 2 years, no price hikes for 3 years. I've even heard higher than that for these TV packages. What they don't tell you is the fees and the taxes like this are not price locked. So when they raise their fees, $3 or $4 a month here and $4 there and $2 here, and suddenly you have a $5 to $10 price hike on a package you thought was price locked, because they didn't make it very clear that the price lock was on the core package, not on all these fees. And that is what I really have a problem with. And I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about this? What do you think about their having the fact that these are fees they know are there, not really included in the advertised price? B, what do you think about the fact that they're charging $11.99 and not giving you an option to not take those channels if you don't want it? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Next story up, Verizon is expanding its YouTube TV partnership. Keep a close eye on this. Verizon is going to start offering YouTube TV sometime this year, sold through Verizon to Verizon Fios and Verizon Wireless customers. We've already seen partnerships like this in the past where like T-Mobile gave you Netflix, Sprint gave you Hulu, Metro by T-Mobile, hope I'm saying that right, gives you Amazon Prime on some of their plans, not all. But I'll be very interesting as TV becomes more and more of a just an add-on. We're starting to see ways to get TV even cheaper. Now, will there be a bundle? We don't know yet. Will your Verizon Unlimited and More plan, or whatever they call it, give you $5 off YouTube TV? We'll have to wait and see. But keep an eye out on all these wireless plans and other bundle offers. Spotify, you get Spotify Premium, get Hulu On Demand free, get Sprint, Hulu On Demand free, you get T-Mobile, get Netflix free, you get Verizon, you get Apple Music for free. Keep an eye on these deals. In an effort to get you into more profitable things like a wireless service, they are increasingly going out there and bundling these services with like YouTube TV maybe coming to Verizon as a bundle. We know you'll be able to pay for it through your Verizon bill. Will you also be able to get a bundle? So keep a close eye on this and take advantage of these bundles. Take advantage of, if you're a Spotify fan, the premium version also giving you Hulu. If you're a T-Mobile, Netflix for free. If you're a Metro, Amazon for free. So these are things you really should probably do your best to take advantage of if at all possible, because it really does help keep your cable or TV bill, we'll call it, lower. Because you're going to have a cell phone plan, I find most people. Many people want like a Spotify plan. Well, if you can bundle it into other things that give you discounts on streaming, why not take advantage of that? So keep an eye out for deals like that. If you ever find any deals like this, leave me a comment. I'll love to hear from you. All right, last story of the day. AT&T's DirecTV Now lost 83,000 subscribers. I already talked about this story this week, but this is a really important story. I wanted to cover something with it one more time. This does not mean cord cutting is coming to an end. I've already seen some posts about that. Oh, well, DirecTV Now is losing subscribers. Cord cutting is over. People are going back to cable TV. No, the early numbers show that the people who are leaving DirecTV Now are not going back to cable because AT&T, Verizon, and Comcast lost over 900,000 TV subscribers. What we're seeing is one of two things happening. A, they're going to another service like Hulu, YouTube TV, etc. Or B, they are just saying, hey, live TV is just not worth it. I'm going to go over to a Netflix, Hulu, Amazon primarily, and then maybe during football season I'll get a live TV service. But majority of the year, I just need on demand and I'm good. Now that doesn't mean that there may not be one or two people, it's probably more than one or two, that may have gone back to cable. But the vast majority of people who left DirecTV Now did not go back to cable. They went to either some other service or they went to some on-demand version. And I'm hearing more and more cord cutters are doing this. So I wanted to hear from you. Did you start your cord cutting journey with a live TV service like or like Hulu with live TV, Sling TV, PlayStation View, but then you've transitioned into a primarily on-demand only, where maybe you have an antenna with it, and only part of the year, or maybe never at all, do you get a live TV service, so that the on-demand plus things like Pluto or an antenna are all you need. I'd love to hear from you. Are you one of the people who has decided that my cord cutting journey has taken me even farther away from live TV, or the point that I don't even need a DirecTV Now, a YouTube TV, or Sling TV? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. How big is that for you? Let us know. I'm hearing this more and more, especially with the price hikes on YouTube TV and DirecTV Now, that more and more people are just going on demand only or free services only for the majority of the year, and then maybe during football season they'll add one and then cancel when football season's over, for example. So let me know. I'll love to hear from you. Well, that's it for today. That is our weekly recap. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. If you like our shows, you like our videos, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our cord cutting news, tips, tricks, and reviews. And I hope you all have a fantastic spring weekend. Please be safe. Hopefully you're not getting any snow, as I'm hearing some people up north are. My sympathies go out to you. But we hope you'll have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday right back here for some special cord cutting news, tips, tricks, and reviews.